So we've got a new car on the channel today. This is Max. Thank you to the previous owner for taking such good care of it. We're going to get Max fixed and then we're going to look at selling Max actually. So I'll show you the process of fixing it. Now, the previous owner was told that it was overheating and it was due to seals being gone on the oil filter housing. I've had a look. I'm not entirely sure if the head gasket is gone or not. Think it might have done. Also going to look at another couple of little things. I'm going to look at changing the thermostat as well. Probably going to start with that because normally it's holding all its coolant, which is telling me that there isn't actually a leak anywhere. I've had a check of the oil, all the usual checks that we'd go through buying a car. There's no gunky, frothy nastiness in any of the oil, which is telling me that the oil isn't mixing with the coolant. That's why I'm thinking try changing out the thermostat before I go into a full strip down of the cylinder head to change over this head gasket. So let's have a look around Max. Max is a 2008 Mini Cooper. So here we go, 2008 Mini Cooper, named Max. Let's get off the road because somebody's coming. So, as we can see, a few wee jobs to be done. Gonna look at refurbing those wheels, just a quick home refurb. Got a couple little scuffs, broken corner in the number plate there. Windscreen is absolutely fine. Look at polishing up the headlights again. Car coming, just get out of the way. We have double sunroof on this car. As can be expected with a Mini, it's Mini. So yeah, again, alloy wheels, refurb, give it a clean. Everything else is working like I said. Owner did explain that Max here has some overheating issues. Now I've just drove Max for 5-10 minutes there. Had a look, no coolant leak. So I'm going to start with changing out thermostat and then probably have a look at that. I will get a cylinder head tester. Again, a bit of a scuff and a scrape, that'll polish out. Touch that up. So yeah, we'll look at getting cylinder head tester on it and see where we go from there. I should point out the interior of this car is immaculate. Given the car's age, there is obviously a few little scuffs and marks. That is to be expected with a car of this age. However, it is immaculate. Sorry, that's my jacket. You can see no rips or wear any of the seats, and there's nothing in the driver's seat either. Well, apart from me. Yeah, absolutely immaculate. So, I mean, yeah, it'll give in here a clean. Wouldn't say I need to give it that much of a clean. One of the other issues with this car is there is a fault in the sunroof switch. So when you open the sunroof, it opens. When you close the sunroof, it comes so far, judders, and then goes back. So look at getting that sorted as well. I think it's just like with your window switches, it's just a fault in the window switch. We'll try doing a reset on it. If the reset doesn't work, then we'll try changing out the switch in total as a whole. I'll show all of that. I'll try and show all of that. I have just been approved for adding links, so if there is specific stuff that I'm using, I'll add links to it. If I've got links to them, feel free, if it's any interest to you, go get it. It comes from all the famous marketplaces. So let's get Max home. In fact, no, let's go get Max through jet wash, then let's get Max home, then let's get sort of into it and find out what is actually wrong with Max and why he's running a bit of a temperature. Right, delivery time. Just quickly outdoors. Let's have a look at what's in the bags. Right, I'll open these up. Right, so I'm back. So, one head gasket testing kit. We'll get that on. And one thermostat for the Mini. Now, I'm going to be completely honest here. I think I've actually fixed the Mini already. I think it was literally just a case of the radiator hadn't been bled properly. So once it's been bled, and it's not overheating. It did overheat on the way home and that, so I figured that one out. So yeah, we'll soon see. There's still some other stuff to do, so I'll still get some videos. Right, so as promised, we've got to do the bleed test, just make sure. I actually, like I said, I think I have actually sorted the coolant issue and overheating. But anyway, just to make perfectly sure. There we go. See, that's pushing through. Oh, see that being yellow. That shows that head gasket is gone. Those that's doing its thing. We're going to get started on these alloy wheels because it's only just had a quick jet wash. So we'll get these actually properly cleaned and then we can start seeing about getting them refurbed. God, that stuff's big. Ugh. So we got wheels cleaned off. Turns out they're actually satin. It's going to be interesting. I'm thinking we change them to gloss, but you can see the damage. So we get all that damage repaired before they get painted. And as soon as I've still got this opened, I'm probably going to get these headlights seen to, because that fading is something else. There you go. It gives you a sort of idea of most of wet. It'll look like in gloss. I think gloss is better. 800. 1500. 3000. I don't know if you can hear the difference, but that is nice and smooth. I've done the other one as well, by the way. Cutting compound. Need both hands for this. Here we go. There we go. That. As opposed to that. You can see the difference. So I'm not sure how well you can see that. Lovely scuff. A couple of the little dings and nicks. I'll try and just get that off with the small TikTok polisher and a bit of compound. See how I get on. So there we go. Scuff's all gone. Just around the handle there where there was a few wee scuff marks, all gone. I suppose I better not miss that one. Oh well, onward we go. Okay, so it's a couple of days later. One of the other issues that we found with Max is that the center console doesn't, well, it does work, so the speedo works, but we have no radio. I think I found the cause of that. So on this car, there's a hidden glove box. In fact, I'll show you, give me a second. So yeah, there's a hidden glove box. There we go. Inside said hidden glove box, we have this cable, which isn't plugged into anything. Now, having a look at a couple different things, I think what has happened is at some point, looks like this has all been apart before. So I think someone's had some sort of aftermarket stereo system in here, and when they took it out, they've put the original one back in. They've not plugged this back in. Went, that'll do. Send it. So yeah, I'm going to have to take all of this. It's quite intensive on the Mini actually. It's not like your usual sort of single doubled in, couple keys, pull out the head unit, unplug it, wire in the harness, plug it back in, away we go. It's kind of intensive. I have had a look to see, just in case, how much a new radio will actually cost. A CD player, you can hear the CD player turning as though it's taking in a CD or spitting out a CD. So it's not that. It's definitely this. So I'm hoping this is just a case of plugging this. So we'll see. We'll find out. We'll find out together. Like this is honestly the first time ever having to take a Mini dashboard apart. So like I said, we'll see and we'll learn together, I guess. Having a little look, I've already found that you have to take out 2 clips, one here, and then down the back. I don't think you're seeing that, but yeah, there's two screws down there at a weird angle that you need to take out, and that's where you start with it, taking out those 2 clips, undoing those 2 screws. So I guess we'll get on with that next. Well, either that or, depending on time, we'll go and start prepping wheels for refurb. I don't know, like I'm doing this after work, so like in my days off and stuff, so if things are a bit mismatched, that's probably why. But yeah, let's crack on. Right, so a couple of days later, it's been raining, so we're going to continue with the removal of the radio. Might not even need to remove it, just get it out far enough to get that wire plugged back in and see if this works. So let's get on with that. Remember, well, I'm saying remember, like it's probably only been a couple seconds since I showed. There's 2 bolts in there. We'll start with undoing them. As you can see, I've already pulled the face panel off from behind the dashboard. That's just bring your steering wheel down, get a pry underneath it and pop it out. It's just held on with clips. Same with this one here, I'll get that done. And then there should be a whole load of these. It's T20 bolts. I believe there is one T30, which is underneath this top plastic. Anyway, time waits for no man, let's get on with it. Like I've been saying with these 2 bolts, that's the extreme angle. It's like 45 by 45 by 45. A bit of a nightmare to get to. Not only that, unless you're outside of the car, you can't exactly see the head. So, I mean, that's just took me like 5 minutes to try and get that located in. Hence why I'm holding it, I don't want to lose it. So you go, that's the big faceplate off. Your warning light switch is just plugged in there. I've just used a little pair of needle nose pliers. Just pop that out, lift it up, pop it out, and then that way you can remove the surround. So like I was saying, very intensive. This under tray, kick plate, whatever you want to call it, interior plastic, is held on with 3 screws down the bottom. You undo those T20s, and then this whole panel pops down. So get that out of the way. On the side here, there's a bit of plastic that's just held on with little clips, so I've gone ahead and removed that, and I've also gone ahead and done the same on the other side. This exposes these screws, which I believe we're going to have to take out. So yeah, quite a bit involved. Like I was saying, gone are the days where you just a couple of release keys, pull your head unit out, change over a bit of wiring and put a new head unit in. So yeah, anyway, let's continue on. So next is this wee plastic. There's 4 screws, there's 2 at the top, 2 underneath, although one is missing on Max. So that just goes to confirm to me anyway that at some point in Max's life, Max has had his dashboard taken apart. So I also take this opportunity just to point out there is this little plastic tab bit, so you need to push back in this corner and twist to get this out. A little bit awkward, a little bit fizzly, try not to break the tab. So I'll just take this point in time just to apologise. As I said, there was a T30 up here, there's not. There's T30, don't know how well you can see because it's all dark, but it's in there. So that's so far the only one that I've had any bother with. There's 2 screws there, 2 screws there, and then this whole thing's meant to come out. I couldn't get it out, and I'm wondering why. I had a look, a little bit of research, because there's a T30 right there. So I do apologise, that was me working off wrong information. T30 there, don't forget about that. There is a little plastic piece that goes over here, you will have to pop that off to get access to this. So we'll get on, get that done. Right, so this plastic cover, there's 3 screws going along the bottom. You don't believe you have access to that one unless you take all that vent apart, but you just need to get this popped out the way. You can get into another T20 screw there, one on this side. Once you've got this out, you can pop this big centre piece, which is now held in by lots of electrical connectors. But yeah, once you've done that, you then go to these, again, T20s. Hopefully once these are done, this entire unit comes out as a whole. Hopefully. When we do that, that's when we'll find out if the issue with this clock and all these buttons not working is that wire. So bear with me, I'll get this done. Okay, good news everybody, that is the centre clocks out. Turns out that wire, so I thought it went in the back of the clock here, it's not, it's down there. And unfortunately that would be the other end of it on this big clip. So looks like more of Max's dashboard's going to have to come apart as we find where that plug is meant to be plugged in, because I'm hoping, I'm really hoping hear the joy in my voice about this, that wire is the only reason that that's not working, because a new radio, I've had a look, and a reconditioned one is about 100, and I had a look on one of the marketplaces and it's 100 and I think it was, I want to say £146, want to say. A second hand one with no guarantee that it works, about 90, and just for the actual radio part, not the whole clock bit, is about 70. So yeah, hopefully we can find where that guy's home is. As you can see, it's starting to get a bit dark now as well. Well, I don't know if you can see that or not. Plus I'm going to have to go pick up the wife and kids, so I'll come back to this. I may be wearing a head torch, so if the lighting's a bit funny, I do apologise. Right, so there we go. Max is turning out to be a stubborn old man. Not that I don't have much experience with that. So yeah, all of this all has to be stripped down. Turns out I'm going to have to strip down this pillar as well. I think there's another screw just behind there. As for screws, there you go. You can see there is quite a lot of screws. Take that out, that's bits. Quite a few screws. Majority of them are all T20s. There is a I had a T25 and a T30, which are these two here. So yeah, T25, T30. When I was taking out that centre clock, it wasn't 2 screws, it was 3. There was actually a third one here. Again, those are those silver ones. Again, all T20s. Right, so I'll come back to this. It's time for me to go and pick up the family and come back. When I do come back, I'll be faffing about with the head torch on. But we'll get this done, we'll get Max all back together. But yeah, now that this hidden glove box is out, we can see, and there you go, there's a connection. This is meant to go somewhere. Sorry, you can't see, the light's not great, I will need to get the torch out. It's meant to go ow, that'll be my head, somewhere, plugged in. Well, Max isn't going to close the glove box now. Plugged in so that that can work. But those are definitely the stereo wires. So that much I have confirmed. I've traced it all the way around and into the big stereo block where this is, this part of the connector here, that's where those wires go to. Don't know how well you can see, but that's them running up there, come up into the dashboard, and for whatever reason they're coming out here. So I don't know if there's been something plugged in there, or it's been taken out, or it's been a case of the dashboard has been apart before. Well, the dashboard has been apart before and they've not put it back in correctly and it's just popped out. Anyway, we're going to find out what it is, and hopefully this fixes Max's silence. We'll see. And yeah, like I said, there you go. I should say I'm not using a trim tool, I'm just using a couple of flathead screwdrivers and just being very, very careful not to damage the plastics. But yeah, like I said, like I've been saying from the start, taking mini head unit radio out, very, very intensive. I mean, you can see how much has been stripped out in the past. Well, this has taken me about an hour and a half to get to here. For you guys, I think it's probably like a couple of minutes. I don't know. We'll find out in editing, I guess. Right, anyway, let's go get the family. So it's a day later and the saga continues. I've decided that I'm going to try and take out the whole glove box compartment. So I've started by taking out the cabin filter, and look what's just fell out. So yeah, this is going to be fun. This is just sort of, it's snowballing, but hey, good content for you guys, I guess. And I'm guessing cabin filter's been well used. Looks like something's been having a wee bit of a munch on that. Can't see any droppings in it though. That's a good sign, I guess. So even more of the dashboard apart, and I think I'm actually going to have to take the entire dash out because I can't seem to find where this plugs into. Now, maybe I am being completely daft here and that it doesn't plug in anywhere and it's just a spare connector that they've put on. It's universal and all minis. I don't know, but without the working head unit, I'm surmising that obviously it's something to do with that. So we'll soon find out. Note to self when removing dashboard, make sure all the T20 screws are removed. Makes life a lot easier. So I'm starting to think this might be getting a bit out of hand just for one little connection. But we'll go down and see it now that this is fed through behind the glove box where it was meant to go. If I can't find the connector where it's meant to go down there somewhere. But yeah, it's starting to get a little bit out of hand. Yes, this plastic is under tension now because it's all released from all over there. Don't know if I should actually just take the whole thing off, if that's even an option. We'll have a look. Right, so dashboard fully stripped apart. I'm going to put it back together. So I believe I've actually found what the issue with this wire is. This wire should be plugged into something, but that something isn't here. So I believe at some point in time, Max had one of the aftermarket features being a 6-disc hidden CD player. So that'll get ordered, and then when that comes through I'll get that fitted in. So I'm going to put Max's dashboard back together. At least we know how it comes apart for when that arrives, to get that installed. You never know, maybe taking it apart might have fixed the radio. Doubtful, but we'll see. I should also point out that the CD changer, unlike the head unit, is only about 20 quid. So we'll get all that sorted out, hopefully. So there we go guys, mini dashboard all back together. I'll just quickly show you that. So there we go, mini dashboard all back together. I have left some screws and stuff out, but there's a reason for that. I'm probably going to have to take things back apart and sort a couple other things. Cabin filter is still there. I'm not going to put that back in when it's manky. I'll just replace that, seeing as I've got everything open and ready for a new one. So I'm just running it up to temperature now and continue on. Let's try. Right. I don't know how to do this whilst holding the phone. Right, there you go. CD changer is plugged in, and unfortunately, I should point out that this isn't. Oh, sorry, it's on. There we go. Right, ignition on. Nope, not the fix. That next. Yay. Oh well. Onward we go. Right guys, there we go. So lost the time lapse of me doing the filling. I know it looks a bit rough, but it's fine because it all gets sanded again. There you go. That's been on all 4 wheels. So there's all deeps. So it sanded off any sharp edges. All the deep scratches are now filled. Like I said, looks a little bit rough, a little bit lumpy, but nothing to worry about. Again, it's freezing cold. Sorry, I thought I'd pushed start on the time lapse of me filling them. Unfortunately, I didn't. So, just a quick view. Next, we'll get the new panel filter fitted, and then I'm going to go and pick up paint. So I decided I'm going to stick with satin black. So satin it is. So it's the day after yet again. So it's all been filled, sanded. just using playing cards. It just helps keep the paint, you can get right into the edges and keeps the paint off the tyres. I know they're black, but even still, just good practice. I don't know where I learned this trick with the playing cards was, but if anyone finds that useful, they find it useful. If not, oh well. And there we go. That is actually satin back, still just a little bit wet at the moment, so just leaving that to dry, but you can see there, none of the paint is on the tyres, all around that wee edge, the edge lip, whatever you want to call it. Now I should point out this, the wheels aren't perfect, it's not meant to be perfect, it's just because there was that much damage. To touch it in, it's easier just doing this cheap way of refurbing them. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how well you can see that, it's still a wee bit lumpy bumpy. But I mean, we'll see how they dry in, and the paint's still wet at the moment, and probably need to give it another coat as well. So, see you when the wheel's back on the car. So it's been about a week since my last video, and this is where I am. So I couldn't find a radio online at a price under £100. They're all asking for lots, and none of them were confirmed to be working. So had to look at the price list for here, and I'm going to go have a look, see if I can get a radio. So we'll see what happens. Right, so here we go. Ignore the trash. Right, so I know I've got no face plant, but as you can see, this is all lit up, and oh, I'll just turn that back down again. That was perfect timing, that way I'm not going to get copyrighted. But yeah, there we go. Radio from the scrapyard, works perfect, brilliant. Now I've also, in getting this to work, this car now comes with 6-disc CD changer. Those white marks will get changed. But yeah, I thought I wouldn't bore you with the whole strip down and reinstallation, because you've already seen that in this video. So yeah, there we go, fixed. Apologies for the sudden jump in this video. So Max unfortunately failed his MOT. Not on anything too serious. So as you can see, I've got my centre console, not my centre rest cup holder, whatever. I've got that dismantled. The reason I've got that dismantled is I've got a seized handbrake cable. So to get that, all this needs to be, well, loose, up, open, and you can see in there it's my driver's side, right hand side, offside rear. So it's basically that. Take that out and then into there, get that fed through. So yeah, again, apologies for the sudden jump. So it was a handbrake cable, and I believe it was 3 bulbs. Yeah, 3 bulbs is what they said. So going to get Max fixed hopefully today. And in typical Scottish fashion, it is raining. Yay! Just what we need. Right, sorry I'm not really been filming an awful lot, but this is the space I've got to work in here. As you can see, I've already got my torch. There we go. New exhaust cable. Didn't know you got those. Handbrake cable in place. Unfortunately, as you can see, the little exhaust clip. So I'm gonna have to make one of them. Probably just got to cut up a washer and do that, just to hold that, and that just stops that peeling through. But yeah, now back under. You don't actually need to remove the exhaust or the heat shield. I got told this was an absolute nightmare of job. I've actually found it not too bad. Bit fiddly, but oh well. So, good news, Max passed his MOT. This is actually a few months later. I actually ran Max through the winter, used him as a family car. With it being a Mini, wasn't great, however, as far as that car goes, fantastic car, absolutely brilliant. CD changer worked, radios worked. I did have all the light bulbs and stuff changed. when he was MOT'd, past MOT with no advisories. So Max has now gone on to his new home. I hope that gentleman loves him as much as what I did and what my family did. My partner thought it was a great car. My friends all thought it was a great car. I had quite a lot of interest in Max when Max went up for sale, and with it being January just after Christmas and everything, I thought I'll hold off. We got to February, put Max up, and Max was gone within a week. In all honesty, within a week, Max was gone. There will be another car coming very soon. You're probably watching this and probably realised that this video has actually been released right after I've released a short. I've already started getting parts for the car, although the car's not been delivered yet. So hold on for the videos of that. I know that was a bit mismatching all over the place. Again, I'm sorry. Editing's not my strong point. I am getting better at it. Anyway, like, follow, subscribe. You've been watching Beardman-shenanigans. I'm Kev. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy.
Where's Reggie?
Got a helper.
Let's see.
You are the helper.
What do you see?
Look. See? What are you doing?
How do you fix it?
What do we do?
Like,